What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD. She is Ms. Lady M, and wow, I was running late today. Holy cow, I'm running late today. It's been a busy day. Knocked some stuff out. Got knocked out myself. But all right, we're on it. On
Not by
today's
me.
show.
Just in case anybody was worried for a second.
First off, right hook. All right. On today's show, we've got a really big game to discuss that's taking place on Saturday at AT&T Stadium. I can't even imagine if you actually slapped me. We've been together for 2.5 years almost.
Yeah.
And you haven't even really. There's nothing I can do that will just make you son of a bitch and just off. I'm really okay. Anyway, not that I want to, but I'm just seriously. Totally different than any past relationships whatsoever. I usually get my ass kicked 2 or 3 times in the first week of dating somebody. All right.
Jeez.
Moving on.
Run from the room screaming scenario. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we got that game. We got the Big 12 championship we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about a big game for the Cardinals as they take on the Seahawks here in the Valley on Sunday. And big news, breaking news, not really. Kevin Durant injured once again. Will this slow down the momentum for the Suns? Plus, what is the greatest Christmas song ever? We'll discuss that and more on this episode of the SCA. I wonder if the song from Dropkick Murphys is going to be on that list. Probably not. Real quick, check this out, listeners. Are you ready to dominate daily fantasy sports? Stochastic has everything you need to take your DFS, as daily fantasy sports game, to the next level. From cutting-edge tools and projections to insider tips that give you the edge, Stochastic is your secret weapon for winning big in fantasy football, basketball, baseball, and more. Don't just play, win. Sign up today and unleash your potential with Stochastic by going to coachjeffmers.com/Stochastic subscriptions. And that whole thing right there is why I was late. It took me forever to put that thing together. Make it sound good. All right. Anyway, what's first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
Headlines and horrible dad jokes. Hold on a minute. Let me make sure that I have the right stuff pulled up here. God, everything is just. I'm thinking about that song from Dropkick Murphys now for Christmas. Have you heard it?
No, I've never heard a Christmas specific one from them that I can think of off the top of my head, at least.
All right, so I'm gonna have to actually post that one now. All right, here we go. All right, so headline number 1: superstar slugger Juan Soto is nearing his decision on who he's going to sign with next as a free agent. The teams still in the running include the Yankees, who I'm a huge fan of, Mets, Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and the team he's most likely to go to, in my opinion, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
That's all the top cream of the crop teams he's looking at there, looks like.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that the Diamondbacks didn't throw their hat in the ring there. They just can't compete. They don't have that much money, like the Yankees and stuff can do. So
right.
This deal could exceed the $600 million mark, 15-year mark for the 26-year-old. So Shohei, everybody knows Shohei.
Yeah.
It's at $700 million. Is for 10 years, but a lot of that money got deferred in the contract, and it's weird how they do that. But so this would be up there around that
close
per
to
year.
Ohtani numbers. It's pretty.
Yeah. Well, per year it would probably be a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. All right. So the other day I bought a thesaurus, but when I got home and opened it, all the pages were blank. I have no words to describe how angry I am. Right on. I think I've done that before.
I think you've done that one before too.
All right. Well, we've been doing dad jokes for
a couple of years,
3 years
literally.
now,
so
3 years. So yeah, they're bound to come around again.
Yeah.
Headline number 2: the NFL has suspended Texans Azeez Al-Shaair after his hit to Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence out of Sunday's game and started a brawl. Lawrence left with a concussion. Jaguars coach Doug Peterson said Monday that the team would wait until Lawrence clears the concussion protocol before deciding when to shut him down for the season. Mac Jones, our old quarterback,
Yeah.
start against the Lawrence touchdown for the season. All right.
All right. That was a pretty big hit. I did not like watching that.
Yeah, that was a big hit. It was unnecessary.
Ugly.
And the dude that hit him, Aziz Al-Shahir, he's been suspended or fined, multiple times for different plays this season.
That type of thing, right?
Yeah. So it wasn't exactly that hit. Like he did a late hit. I think it was like on Tua or something out of bounds that got fined. He got in a fight during one of the games and got fined, something like that. Like he's been fined multiple times already this season, so it's not exactly like I'm a nice guy and it just
right.
So keep our eyes on that. Lydia, why did the egg have a day off?
I don't know why.
Because it was Friday. Friday. All right, moving on. I should just stick to the ones I know are good. All right, headline number 3. The 49ers have placed both Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason on IR. Rookie running back Isaac Guerrero will get the start against the Bears on Sunday. Believe it or not, like they still have a shot of making the playoffs.
Well, they're a good team, but they have had the world's roughest season, and they've had this nonstop train of injuries on their really important power players, and it's a mess. It's a mess, and they're still. I don't think they have a winning record exactly, but they're very close, right? They're like 5-6 or something.
They're 5-7 right now, but the leader is 7-5. So I mean,
they could, in theory.
Yeah, I mean it's still a possibility. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Next bad, terrible, horrible dad joke. All right. Do you know, or did you know, corduroy pillows are in style? Turns out they're back to making headlines.
Just imagine all the lines. Yeah.
All right. Terrible. Next up. All right. To nobody's surprise, Chase Elliott has been named NASCAR's most popular driver for the 7th straight year. He beat out Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney.
I'm a little surprised. I think Kyle Larson had a good shot at it this year.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott fans are.
It's just Chase. Yeah. I mean, they're
real loyal.
It's the same thing as for the bulk of the last almost 40 years, it's either been an Earnhardt or an Elliott that has won the most popular driver. It's like just those names are. So you have Dale Sr., you had Earnhardt Jr. Elliott's father actually won like 16 straight years before he took his name off the list.
Wow.
So so Elliott's just one of those names. This joke I've done before, but I like it. So why do people who live in Greece hate waking up at dawn?
Dawn is tough on Greece.
Dawn is tough on Greece. I love that one.
That's goofy. I love it too.
That's pretty freaking funny. All right. What's next?
Temperature of the suns.
Temperature of the suns. Right now, it's a little warm. Maybe lightly warm. It's kind of like the temperature outside. It's like 70 degrees, maybe 65. That's pretty much the temperature I'd give the Suns right now. The Phoenix Suns were officially eliminated from the in-season tournament, even though they won last night against San Antonio. They were eliminated after Dallas beat Memphis to secure the spot. Yeah, so they needed Memphis to pull that one out. Not happening. All right. So Devin Booker has surpassed 15,000 career points with his first hoop of the game last night.
Nice.
He trails only Walter Davis on Phoenix's scoring list. Davis has 15,666 points. So,
Yeah, still
I mean,
quite a few to go.
yeah, I mean, 600 points though. You think about it, like he'll put that up there if he averages like 20
Yeah.
points a game. How many
Yeah.
games is that? Like you're the math person. 666 points divided by like 20 games. What is that? So it's like 30
600.
something games.
Is it
32, 33 games.
is that baskets per game or points per game?
Points per game.
So yeah, it's 30 something games.
Yeah, so he should be the number one scorer for the Phoenix Suns by the end of the season. So, and that's just averaging 20 points a game. So, interesting
cool.
there. I think it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Suns also lost Kevin Durant to an apparent ankle injury in the second quarter last night. He was able to walk back to the locker room under his own power. The severity of the left ankle sprain is unknown as of right now. He was expected to undergo further evaluation today. Haven't seen the update on that just yet, but Durant has already missed 7 of the first 20 games of the season due to injuries.
Yeah, he's having a rough season. Ankle sprains are no fun.
Yeah.
Either.
Devin Booker and Tyus Jones are actually the only starters to play in every game so far this season. Bradley Beal has also missed 8 games this season due to injury, but he did come back last night to play in the win over the Spurs. So overall, the Suns have bounced back from their 5-game losing streak to win 3 of the last 4 games. They are on the road in New Orleans tomorrow. Then they go to the Heat, Magic, and Jazz before returning home next Sunday.
That's a lot of road games.
Suns currently sit in 6th place in the Western Conference, just ahead of Golden State, who has lost 5 straight.
All right.
What's next?
Big 12 championship.
All right. I got to be honest. Like at the beginning of the season, you're starting out. Your team was a 3-win team from last year. if I could have just put down $100 for them to put, I mean, that would take care of our Christmas shopping. Like, just to say that they would be in the Big 12 championship, let alone
there was no reason to believe that it would end up this way.
No,
there wasn't, but they've talk about turnaround in one season.
Coach Kenny Dillingham, like he's electric. When I'm at the games, I just see him on the sideline. Like he's full of energy. I mean, he's only 34 years old. One of the youngest coaches in college basketball. So, like, they absolutely love him. This game, by the way, is being played at AT&T Stadium. So that is in Texas. That's actually in Arlington, Texas. In case you don't know, that's where the Cowboys play, in case this is your introduction to sports.
I can never keep track of their stupid paid-for names. So,
Arizona State is currently favored by a slim 2-point spread in this game. They came into the matchup having won 5 straight, including 2 wins against ranked opponents. That's against Kansas State and BYU. Star of this team is undeniably Cam Scatterbo. He's rushed for 1,398 yards and 17 touchdowns on the season. On the receiving side, the Sun Devils will be without their 1,101-yard receiver, Jordan Tyson, who broke his collarbone in the last game against Arizona. That is a devastating loss for the Sun Devils.
It was around halftime, though, and they still kind of slaughtered in that game. So I'm hoping it won't slow them down, but it sucks to lose a weapon like that. And Cam is a beast.
Oh, absolutely.
Just a beast.
But Tyson, 75 receptions on the season, 1,101 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. No Sun Devil wide receiver has more than 300 yards receiving after him. Xavier Guillory will try and step up for Arizona. He's got 17 receptions for 291 yards and 3 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns came last week after he got the ball more down in Arizona. Cam Scatterbo is actually the second leader on the team in receptions and receiving yards. Tight end Shimon Mateer is second on Arizona State with 5 touchdowns. He'll need to play a much bigger role if the Sun Devils is going to have a chance. We'll probably see some Kyson Brown and Melquan Stovall as well stepping up. That's like 12 targets a game going to somebody else now. So It's going to be big.
Yeah.
Quarterback Sam Levitt
Be an adjustment.
will most likely be relying a lot on his legs this game as well. He is second on the team in rushing, 350 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns.
He is a scrappy little quarterback for sure.
I like him. It's good to see
Yeah.
as long as he doesn't get offered more money somewhere else and jump in the transfer portal.
Right.
Then he should be staying here. I actually saw my first big NIL commercial. It was one of the local Ford places that has Scatabo as their spokesperson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
I think it's Sanderson Ford. I'm sure
That
it's
makes
Sanderson
sense.
Ford, even though I'm a GMC guy. Whatever. They're not our sponsors, so whatever. Iowa State made it into the Big 12 championship after defeating Kansas State on Saturday night. They are led by sophomore quarterback Rocco Beck. Beck has over 3,000 yards passing this season with 20 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He's also known to run the ball as he's got rushing touchdowns in each of his last 3 games. The Cyclones' biggest offensive threats are on the outside with a pair of 1,000-yard receivers in Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. They also share the ball well in the backfield between Carson Hansen and Abu Sama III. The winner of this match is projected to be the 12th seed in the college football playoffs, potentially taking on the number 5 seed, the Penn State Nittany Lions. That's a huge game, but can't look ahead to that. Got to take care of business this weekend at AT&T Stadium.
Fingers and toes crossed.
I'm definitely going to be watching. That game is at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on ESPN, by the way. All right, what's next?
Red Sea preview. Seahawks at Cardinals.
All right, Arizona Cardinals sitting at 6-6 host the Seattle Seahawks at 7-5 at State Farm Stadium this Sunday. Kickoff is set for 2:05 p.m. Cardinals have lost 2 straight games against Seattle and Minnesota. That game last week was last minute. They actually lost it. Their defense just not playing up to snuff.
Yeah, by 1 point, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
They were like hanging on by their teeth most of the time. And then,
yeah. The two teams just played each other 2 weeks ago up in Seattle, where the Seahawks won 16-6. Kyler Murray threw for 285 yards and an interception for a touchdown by Kobe Bryant for the Seahawks. It's spelled with a C, not a K. C-O-B-Y. Cardinals tight end Trey McBride led the team with 12 receptions for 133 yards. Arizona was unable to get anything going on the ground versus Seattle the last time they played them. Drew Benson led Arizona with 18 yards on 4 carries. James Conner was held to just 8 yards the last time they played Seattle on 7 attempts. Conner has only 2 touchdowns in the Cardinals' last 8 games. He has 5 total for the season. So he needs to pick it up. That line's got to get him going.
yeah.
Murray has only 1 300-yard passing game this season. He has 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions passing in his last 4 games. He did have 2 rushing touchdowns during the last 4 games, both versus the Jets in a 31-6 blowout. He's also been sacked 10 times in the last 4 games, 5 against Seattle, most in a single game this season. Arizona is winless this season when allowing 4 or more sacks in a game. They are 0-3.
So they need to protect their quarterback if they want to have a different turnout this weekend.
On the other side of the ball, the Seattle Seahawks have won 3 straight and are at the top of the NFC West. Wide receiver DK Metcalf is listed as questionable after tweaking his knee in Sunday's win over the Jets. DK only missed 2 plays in that game after tweaking his knee and then came right back in. So I think questionable is just it's the status because you can't do probable anymore, which is he feels it, but he's going to play. So like
right.
He's going to play. No issues there. All right. So the last time the 2 teams squared off, it was JSN, friends of the show, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He pulled in 6 of 7 targets for 77 yards and a touchdown. The 2023 first-round selection out of Ohio State is beginning to become a household name, despite the fact that he's listed as wide receiver number 3 on the depth chart behind DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. He leads the Seahawks with 829 receiving yards, 70 receptions, which is 20 more
Wow.
than DK, and 4 receiving touchdowns. DK did miss 2 games this season due to injury.
Well, when we were watching the game on, I think they played Sunday, I don't remember, but they kept showing the stats. And even though, like you said, they listed some of the other people above him, he was more like equivalent to what DJ Metcalf was doing than everybody else was down here.
Yeah.
I remember being impressed by that.
So the spread in this game is currently Arizona minus 2.5 total, 44.5 game. Individual stats that I'm looking for, they are not up yet on DraftKings. I'm looking for JSN over in yards.
Yeah.
Whatever his yards are, I'm assuming it'll probably be like mid-40s for receiving yards. So I'm going to put him over on that. I'll put him down for an anytime touchdown, and I'll put him over in receptions. He'll probably be over like 4.5 receptions, over under 4.5 receptions. I'd put him over on that. I'll take James Conner under in yards. He has just not been showing up at all the last few weeks, except for the Jets game. I think he did decent. But whatever the under is going to be in yards, look for that. Kyler Murray, I'll put him down to throw an interception this week. You're starting to see a lot of old Kyler. Like the stuff like when he first came out where he's just taking shots down the field to like the other team. And you're seeing a lot of that come out the last couple of weeks. And that's kind of worrisome, especially since the Cardinals have a legitimate shot to actually get up to the top of the standings in the NL West, where they were a few weeks ago before they started playing extremely terrible. Also look for Trey McBride over in yards and receptions in that game as well. He was pretty much the only thing going the last time they played again. 12 receptions, 133 yards. Did not get in the end zone, though. That'll have to change this weekend if they plan on winning over the Seahawks. What's next?
NFL Week 14.
All right, let's go over the schedule. Week 14, bye week this week for the Broncos, Colts, Patriots, Commanders, Ravens, and Texans. Which brings us to the Thursday night football game. The Packers at 9-3 at the Detroit Lions 11-1. This is going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game. So I would say this is for the lead, but then kind of smushed in between the Packers and the Lions sits the Vikings with 10 wins. So the NFC North, oh my God. Like, I mean, we knew the Bears were going to suck. We knew the Bears were going to suck. They're 4 wins right now.
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, I had a little hope at the beginning of the season because they looked really great at the end of last season. But they did get the team, which means that kind of all bets are off at that point, and they went right back to
they're playing terrible. That line, their offensive line is absolutely terrible. They can't do anything with it. All right, so that's Thursday night game. Sunday schedule: the Jaguars at 2-10 with, like I said, Mac Jones most likely at quarterback at the Titans. So if Thursday night is a much-watch game, this game is pretty much a must-miss game. Jaguars at Titans. I mean, come on. Jets at 3-9. Here's another barn burner. The Jets at 3-9 at the Dolphins, 5-7.
Yeah.
The reporter actually had the nerve to ask the head coach for the Jets if he's thinking about changing the quarterback.
Yeah.
The Jets.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't see it happening anytime soon. So
they bet the farm on him. On Rodgers.
Well, there's nobody else that they can blame. They've fired everybody else except for him.
They're gonna try to hang on to him, I think, for a while though, because they bet the farm on him, and so they're trying to just not acknowledge the elephant in the room, so to speak. Yeah.
There's no guarantee he's even going to return next year.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is. Then they suck. It's really bad. The Falcons sitting at 6-6 at the Vikings at 10-2. On paper, you're looking at the records and thinking the Vikings should absolutely destroy the Falcons.
Yeah.
But this is Kirk Cousins' return home. This is a team he was quarterback for what, 5 years before that? So, or a few years before that. And
a while.
Yeah.
He was there a while. And the Vikings' past couple of wins have been by the skin of their teeth. You always got to account for that too. So there's a difference.
But they are winning.
Oh yeah, they are winning.
versus what the Falcons are not.
But I do think the Falcons will be more competitive than.
Well, we'll see how much you think about that here coming up in a few minutes. All right, the Saints sitting at 4-8 at the New York Giants 2-10. Jesus, this is terrible. Like, I don't even want to know what the early games are going to be.
I think the next matchup is worse in its own way.
My God. Like, am I going to take a day off from watching football? Well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
That'll never happen.
But, God, there are going to be some good games. Questionable. Panthers at 3-9 at the Eagles 10-2. The only question is how many points are the Eagles going to put up against this team?
Yeah.
Browns at 3-9 at the Steelers at 9-3. The Browns beat the Steelers just a couple of weeks ago in Cleveland,
right in that snowstorm. In the snow globe, I think they were calling it.
Snow globe. Yep. So
yeah,
I mean, it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
All right. The Raiders at 2-10 at the Bucs 6-6. Again, oh my God, there's like maybe 2 games on the early slate that I might want to watch. Falcons and the Vikings.
Wasn't it the Bucs that almost lost to the Panthers, where we were like, "What are you doing?" till the second half of the game?
Well, that I was only yelling at them because I had to parlay.
Well, I'm saying it's the Raiders might have a shot. Is what I'm suggesting.
That's true.
If they play anything like they did against the Panthers.
The afternoon slate, the Seahawks, like we've already mentioned, are right here at State Farm Stadium against the Cardinals. That's actually going to be a good game. The Bills at 10-2 at the Rams 6-6, and then you got the Bears at 4-8 at the 49ers 5-7. Actually, all 3 of those games should be competitive.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see if Buffalo can head to the West Coast and take down the Rams. Rams have been playing much better since they got healthy. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Sunday night football game, the Chargers 8-4 at the Chiefs 11-1. This game should be pretty good. Although we do not know the status just yet if McConkey is actually going to play at wide receiver for the Chargers. That's going to be big. So, and then the Monday night game, Bengals at 4-8 at the Cowboys 5-7 again. So they start us off with crap on Sunday and they end us with crap on Monday night. Although the Bengals should win that game.
They better.
But I've been
on paper. Well, like even the announcers, when they're announcing the games, are starting to mention it now, where they're talking about like on paper the Bengals should be winning. On paper they should be doing well. They have all the pieces they need. The quarterback is not being protected. He's not getting enough support. They have. I want to say Jim Burrow off the top of my head. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
It's there's no reason for that score not to be the other way around.
No. All right. What's next?
We got to do our picks. So
pick 6 locks of the week. The great news is I finished undefeated last week at 6-0. The bad news is you also finished undefeated last week at 6-0.
Is that why this is down here with me?
Yeah, well, you won the week before, but we didn't have a show last week. So, yeah, she has the Golden Bragger Award. Whatever. She's kicking my ass, folks. She's won 5 of the 7 weeks we've had that trophy. It's terrible. We've had that thing for 7 weeks. Yeah, whatever. It's little too bright, a little shiny. All right. Thursday night game. I guess I get to go first. So Thursday night football game. I'm taking the Lions because I know you're taking the Packers. So
I know.
Just say it.
Definitely also taking the Lions.
All right, so we both got the Lions on Thursday night.
I want them to win. Okay.
I think everybody the Patriots are out, so
my team's out, then I get to pick the next one I like best, and that's the Lions. So.
I mean, there is a team here in the Valley that the Patriots play in 2 weeks, so maybe
they're not playing like they're gonna get there. They might get themselves into the
wild card
playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna do much past that. Anyways,
I don't think they're getting in the playoffs.
Sunday
night game, Chargers at Chiefs. Obviously, I'm taking the home team. I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't see the Chargers going into Arrowhead at a night game, which I'm assuming will probably be pretty cold. and taking down the Chiefs. So I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick the same as you on that one too, because Chargers have been playing well, but I don't think they've been playing that kind of well.
No. The Bengals at 4-8 at the Cowboys 5-7 for Monday Night Football. I'm going to take Cincinnati in this one because on paper they look really good. So I'm going to take the paper players.
It's funny because I was totally thinking I was going to go wild and pick the Bengals too, even though they
no faith in the Cowboys, huh? They're also
I don't
not out
know
of
what
it.
they're doing this season, but they're a mess.
Well, I mean, when you lose your starting quarterback, any team's bound to like.
They were a mess
fall
before
apart.
Dak got injured.
Just trying to get you to pick the Cowboys. Are you picking the Cowboys or not?
No, I'm taking the Bengals. Sorry.
God.
So we're a match 3 for 3. So
Sorry. All right, so I get the next pick. I am going to take. I'm taking the Eagles over the Panthers. It's pretty much the only chalk pick on there left on the schedule, so I'm taking them.
If you didn't, I was gonna. So let's see. Wow, these are very crazy games when you're looking at them this way. Well, I'll take the Bills over the Rams.
Okay. I was actually going to take the Rams, so thanks for making my pick for me.
Am I putting you down for the Rams?
No, because you got the Bills. So, yeah.
You can pick the other side.
No, it's okay because I mean, that's a win for me either way. The Rams win because you'll get a loss. So, I will take the Buccaneers over the Raiders. Give me the Bucs over the Raiders.
Oh boy.
Looking them down the schedule, there's some really bad games, but they could be really good games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I'll take the Dolphins over the Jets. I think they can beat the Jets.
My last pick, I'm taking the Seahawks at the Cardinals over the Cardinals. Like, I do not like the direction the Cardinals are going in. Connor can't get in the end zone. Murray's back to throwing interceptions. The defense is, continuing. They're not back to. They're continuing to not stop anybody, especially when it counts. So I'm taking Seattle, team that's won 3 straight.
Okay. I will take the 49ers over the Bears for my last pick.
Right on. All right. What's next?
Valley News.
All right. We got a couple teams here in the Valley. Arizona State and Grand Canyon University. Let's start with the latter of the two. Arizona State Sun Devils currently sit unranked, by the way, at 8-1 in second place in the Big 12 behind number 1 Kansas Jayhawks, who are a perfect 7-0. Arizona State has won 6 straight games after their 90-53 win last night over San Diego. They returned to the court on December 14th to take on 13th ranked Florida. That's a big game and is right here in the Valley. Grand Canyon University, GCU, currently sits in second place as well in the WAC behind Southern Utah. The Lopes are 5-2 to start the season. They have won 3 straight after last night's win at home over Hawaii, 78-72. Tyon Grant Foster led the Lopes with 23 points in the win. They play next at home on Saturday against Life Pacific before hosting Georgia at home on December 14th. Georgia coming to town. Interesting. That should be a fun game. All right. What's next?
Top 5 greatest Christmas songs of all time.
All right. In case this is your first time on Earth, we've got a holiday coming up. If you haven't been watching any television or listening to any family or just never been alive before, then yeah, we have the Christmas holiday. Last week we did our favorite Christmas movies. Now we're going to knock out our top 5 favorite or greatest Christmas songs of all time. Give me one song that should definitely be on that list.
I love Christmas music. Love, love, love. Love, 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 as you know. So I sing it all the time, and he's always get mad at me about it. I want to say all of them. Let's say Let It Snow. I like that one a lot.
Ooh, good one. It's funny because I like Let It Snow, but it's actually from Boys to Men. So that's one of my favorite songs, but I know it's not on the list.
I don't
It
know if
won't
I've
be
heard
on many
their
people's lists. Oh, it's great.
version. I
Who put this list together? From Good Housekeeping. From Good Housekeeping, number one is Christmas Every Day by Brandy. What? All right, get this list out of here. That's what you get for just clicking on the first thing that shows up on Google. Who?
Maybe It's Cold
Brandy?
Outside would be acceptable.
White Christmas for me.
I love Baby It's Cold
White
Outside.
Christmas is a good one.
Do you know White Christmas? It was written during World War either II or I by soldiers serving overseas.
Oh, wow. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
White Christmas and the other one, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. That's also written by soldiers serving overseas.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. What about? Oh wow, there's a lot of them. What about Silent Night?
Yeah, that's always a good one. It's so pretty.
Yeah, but is it on the top 5 though?
People probably are gonna have like Jingle Bell Rock and like the peppier stuff up there. And the slow ballads. The slow Christmas ballads. Away in a Manger.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Holly Jolly Christmas. Apparently Michael Bublé has released a Christmas album and all of these songs are on it. So,
yeah.
Or it's
he's got a very good Christmas song voice. I had some of his stuff on one of my playlists for a while. Christmas.
What about the one from Mariah Carey?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's on the list because it's been the number one song for like over a decade.
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Is You. Okay.
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas Is Money.
It's a cute song, but I prefer not to think about it most of the time.
What about like the kids show songs like Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Like, what about those?
You better watch out. You better not cry.
Yeah.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why.
Oh, Santa Claus is Coming Down. Isn't that a movie?
I don't know. It's in movies. It's in lots of movies. It's in the end of Elf.
It is.
That's the one she sings. That she stands up and sings.
Yeah. James Caan sings it with her at the end. All right, let me see. Merry Christmas, Baby. No, that's later. Santa's Coming for Us? What?
It's gotta be Santa's Coming to Town.
No, it's Santa's Coming for Us. What? It sounds like it should be Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah.
Jingle Bell Rock. That one is part of Lethal Weapon. Yep, that's on the Lethal Weapon soundtrack. Pretty sure it was made before that, but yeah. All right, so knocking out the top 5. I would say for me, Christmas songs, Silent Night, White Christmas.
You like the ballads?
Yeah, Let It Snow by Boyz II Men would be on my list, but I don't think too many people know that one. The one by Mariah Carey would probably be on my list. And then, I don't know, I'd probably say I'll Be Home for Christmas.
That's another one that was written in wartime by soldiers.
Yeah.
Away from home.
All right, so who you got for 5?
Oh, geez. I like a lot of specific songs. So there's a country group called Shadaisy. That was like one of the coolest versions of Jingle Bells I've ever heard in my life. So it's specific there, Jingle Bells. Pentatonic's Christmas music is just the absolute best.
What's the name of that band that does? They were just in town, and they were in town Sunday, and we missed it.
The Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the Carol of the Bells. Those pretty badass Carol of the Bells. I do like that one a lot. Let It Snow is a favorite. I like the Santa Baby Marilyn sings, specifically Marilyn Monroe's. Baby It's Cold Outside's always been one of my favorites to sing along to.
Oh, the one they were singing in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Elf again. It all comes back to Elf.
All right.
But, I love Christmas music though, so it's hard to start narrowing it down. You could go to like the pop categories and the ballad categories and the more kids music categories. I could pick stuff out of all of those.
Let's do another Christmas movie tonight. Let's do I haven't seen the one with Tom Hanks, the animated one that you like, Polar Express. Is that it?
Oh, yeah. My stepdad was obsessed with that movie. He had to watch it. Like it was like a whole big event where they would go see it in the theater every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's check that one out. Real quick, I did a poll earlier on who wins the NFC West this season. I did a poll on X. The Arizona Cardinals were last on this list at 12.5%. The fans think the Rams currently sit at 6-6 are going to take the West. I said this a few weeks ago, though. I said they got healthy. They got Kupp. They got Nakua. They got Williams. They're healthy on the outside again.
Yeah.
I said to watch out for them. So it would not surprise me if the Los Angeles Rams win the NFC West. So with that being said, do you have anything else for us? I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
We should come up with a definite list for our top 5 favorite Christmas songs of all time, though.
Okay.
Definitely a list. Like I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research.
I'll have to literally go through my Christmas playlist.
Oh God, how much time do you have available?
There's this one called Snow Day by an artist that's like she's like a one-hit Christmas time wonder that nobody's ever heard of. It's Toby something or other. And I freaking love the hell out of that song. But
all right, I don't know it.
Hey, I gotta play it. All the obscure ones out.
Let it. All right, that's it for me, Lady M. What are the final words?
Keep loving sports.